So today we're doing the sixth and last chapter of Sefer Yetzira. It's an opportunity to recap the entire book, considering that this is also one of the purposes of this last chapter. The Sefer Yetzira began with the 32 pathways of wisdom, which are the 10 sfirot and the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. Chapter 1 dealt with the 10 sfirot, and the following chapters with language. The second chapter dealt in general with the 22 letters, about the creative aspects of language. And then chapters 3, 4, 5 dealt respectively with the three components of the Hebrew alphabet. They break down to three of the different letters. Three letters that are called the imaot, the mothers, the aleph, mem, and shin. That was chapter 3. Chapter 4, the 7 letters, beged, kefret, that appear in two forms in the alphabet, with or without a dagesh. And chapter 5 with the 12 remaining letters of the alphabet. Now, relating to each of these categories, one fundamental concept in Sefer Yetzira that we saw is Olam, Shana, Nefesh. World, year, soul, which is pretty much space, time, and spirit. And the belief that these each parallel each other. Time, space, and humanity, including our spirit, each parallel each other. And therefore, whatever we find in one, we will find in the other. So the three letters of mothers and their qualities appear in Olam, Shana, and Nefesh. The 7 kfulot each appear in Olam, Shana, and Nefesh. And then finally, the 12 pshutot also appear in Olam, Shana, Nefesh. Okay, so now we get to the 6th chapter, which will recap a lot of the concepts and ideas that were discussed throughout the course of the book. Okay, so Perek, the 6th chapter, the first Mishnah. Okay, Lewis, so open it up over there. Chapter 6. Eloheim Shalosh Imot Emesh. These are the three mothers, Aleph, Mem, Shin. V'yatzu mihem Shlosha Avot. The three Avot, the three fathers, emanate from the three mothers. So again, interesting that the female is given precedence over the male. The mother is above the fathers in this picture. And vehem avir mayim ve'esh. And the three letters Aleph, Mem, Shin are manifested as the three primeval elements: avir, mayim, esh, air, water, and fire. Umiavot toldot, and from these primeval elements we have toledot, that all sorts of offspring. So all that is somehow different combinations of these elements. So we have 3 avot utoldoteim, v'sheva kochavim utzvoteim, 7 stars. 7 stars in ancient astronomy is the sun, the moon, and the 5 planets that are visible. V'shnei masrei gvulei alachson, and the 12 boundaries. The 12 boundaries are the image of the universe as an immense cube, and a cube is built out of 12 lines. So this is the structure of reality. V'raya ledavar, and the proof of the pudding is Eidim ne'emanim. These elements are faithful witnesses. Olam, Shana, v'nefesh. In Olam, Shana, and Nefesh. They are expressed in Olam, in space, in Shana, in time, in Nefesh, in spirit, as we saw in the previous chapters. V'chak shnayim, asar v'sheva u'shlosha. And we had the rule of the 12, the 7, and the 3. So till now, this is just a review of what we've seen till now. But now, Sefer Yetzira adds a new concept. Pakdan, Bitali, Vigalgal, Velev. and he put them in the tali, the galgal, and the lev. And we will soon see what are these three things. What's the tali, what's the galgal, and the lev. In order not to keep you in suspense, I'll mention that in each of the three dimensions, olam, shana, v'nefesh, there's a center point that all evolves around the center point. In humanity, it's around our heart. Lev, the heart. As we say, the heart of the matter. The heart is the center, our center that all revolves around that. Year is galgal. Galgal is a circle. And the view of time in Judaism is time as being circular. That's why we say year and not time, because time is the year continuously as a circle, repeating itself. The seasons come again and again every year. So time is seen as a circle. In fact, the Hebrew word for holiday is chag. Chag is also circle, a view of circular time. So we have the galgal, the circle that time rotates around. Lev, the heart that our body and soul rotate around. And tali is the least clear word. Tali, we know there's a verse in the book of Eov, Tole Eretz al Blima, about the universe hanging on nothingness. So the tali possibly connected to that. And there are those that identify the tali with the Draco, a image of, in the constellations, of a serpent or a dragon, which is the cosmic axis. Okay, the second Mishnah, Shalosh imaot emesh, avir mayim eish, eish lamala v'mayim lamata. So we have, the world has fire above, which is of course the sun, water below. Earth is the blue planet, and between us is avir, is air. The fire is above, that's the sun, umayim lamata, and the water in the earth is below. Ruach chak machriya benteim, and the ruach, which can mean wind, ear, or spirit, is between them. V'siman ledavar, and one way to signify that, ha'esh noseh tamayim, the fire lifts up the water. And we know that the sun, the heat of the sun, leads to the evaporation of the waters that as mist go up above. Mem domemet, shin shareket, again repeating that there's significance also to the sounds of these letters. The peaceful mem domemet, and the harsh shin shareket, and finally the aleph avir ruach chak machriya bentayim. Okay, and now we go back to talk about what the tali, the galgal, and the lev. Tali ba'olam kemelech al kiso. Tali is like the king of the world. Okay, and we mentioned explanations of it being the cosmic axis. Galgal b'shana kemelech b'medina. The galgal, the circle in the air, is like the king in the country. And we have the circle as time, is the year is being circular. Lev b'nefesh, the lev in our soul, in our body, kemelech b'milchama, like a king in war, referring possibly to the inner struggles that take place in our humanity are between good and evil. Okay, so relating to that duality, we get to the next Mishnah. Yes?
What does it mean, the lev b'nefesh?
Nefesh in Sefer Yetzira, as we've seen, refers both to our spiritual side. We saw it paralleling in the first chapter, Omik Tov and Omik Ra, a depth of good and a depth of evil. But Nefesh also refers to our physical side. The human body is also Nefesh. Nefesh is our totality, our body and soul together. And in that totality, the center point, the heart of it is the heart. And that becomes a focal point also for our inner struggles in our side ourselves, So we see so often the struggle between the Yetzer Tov, Yetzer Hara as a struggle in our heart. Okay, and talking about that struggle, in fact, the essence of Sefer Yetzira, as now against elaborated, is looking at the world as two opposing forces, the fire and the water, the male and the female, the good and the evil, the east and the west, constantly two opposing forces, and then we have that center point that allows us to connect them. So here again in the Mishnah 4, Gam Zet Ze Lumat Ze Asa Elohim, that the verse in the book of Kohelet, this as opposed to that, God has done. Tov Lumat Ra, good as opposed to evil. Ra Lumat Tov, Tov mitov, Ra mira Ra. We have good emanating from the good, evil from the evil. Hatov mavchinat Ra. From the good we can discern the evil. Vara mavchinat hatov. And the evil allows us to discern and maybe appreciate the good. As in the Hasidic Drasha, Yitaron ha'or min ha'choshech. The advantage of the light is seen through the darkness. Tova shmura letovim, v'ra'a shmura l'ra'im. So from God comes both the two opposing forces of the good and evil. Each has a role. Each one helps us discern the other. But ultimately, the good is for the good, and the evil is for the evil.
What about Tzadik V'Ra'lo?
So maybe that's why it says Shemura is kept, is saved. And in our world, things don't always, in the pathway to that could be a tormented pathway that's not so easy. Okay, and now we get to that, again, that dialectic, of finding, when you have two opposing forces, we need that middle point to connect. Shlosha, kol echad levado omeid. If we have three, each one stands alone. Echad mizakeh. One will say innocent, zakai. V'echad mechayev. One will say guilty. V'echad machriya bentayim. But ultimately we'll get to a decision because we'll have that third force that will decide between them. And this, of course, is relating to the structure of the Jewish court system, that there are three judges. And the Gemara explains in Sanhedrin Daf Chaf Gimel, why are there three judges in a bedin? So it says that, well, one judge will, if there are two sides, each side picks one judge, and then the two judges pick the third side. So one judge will see things from the vantage point as that the person is innocent, and the other one will see it from the other vantage point. But then that third judge will come in between. He'll incorporate the two opposing vantage points, and the Gemara says that will bring out the truth. So we need that center point to connect the two opposing vantage points. Shiva, shlosha mul shlosha, ve'echad machriya bantayim. 3 against 3, and 1 deciding between them. Okay? 7 also has that quality. 3 as opposed to 3, and the 7 is what allows them to connect. But now we get into a problem. We get into Shnayim Esrei Omdim Milchama. 12, a even number, is a number of war. Because an even number does not allow the ability to get that connection. Because you have two opposing forces, but you don't have that which connects them. And that's why we could say why 13, it's not mentioned here, but 13 is such a significant number in Judaism. Because 13 is what takes the 12 and creates something unified. And that's why 13 is the gematria, both of 1, echad, and also of ahava. But 12, so I guess in a Jewish building, you could have a 13th floor, but maybe you shouldn't have a 12th floor. Anyway, 12 עומדים במלחמה. 3 אוהבים In the body, there are three organs of love. Shlosha sonim, three organs of hatred. Shlosha mechayim, three organs giving life. Vishlosha mimitim, and three organs connected to death. And now comes my favorite line in Sefer Yetzira. So put it on your screensaver. Shlosha oavim, the three organs of love in the human body. Halev, the heart, v'oznaim, the heart and the ears. Love is listening. And I think it's really true. If you really love somebody, you're willing to and want to listen to them. Everyone loves talking, but if you love the other person, it's you're willing to listen to them. And we don't need people to talk to us. I mean, you could turn on your YouTube and have billions of lectures. What's rare is to find somebody who's willing to listen to you. And the person that listens to you is somebody, what you say is important and they care about it. So listening, so love is listening. And that's why we say, Shema Yisrael, listen Israel. And right afterwards we say, V'ahavta Hashem lakecha b'chol levavcha, love God with your heart. So here we have it, the two ears and the heart, all in one Shema Yisrael. And we shlosha sonim, three organs that reflect hatred, hamara, the bladder, kaved, the liver, v'lashon, the tongue. Okay, more love is more listening. More hatred is often a lot about more talking. So don't talk about it. Listen. Shlosha mechayim, three of life. Shnei nikvei ha'af, the two openings of the nose. And this goes back to the story of Bereshit. V'pach be'apav nishmat chayim. God blows into the nostrils the spirit of life. And the techol is spleen. Thomas, I don't know what a spleen is either.
Somewhere weird.
Okay. Shlosha. Okay. Ve'el melech ne'aman. Okay, but now we have the problem. 12 is left as an even number. We don't have that which connects it all. So, but the connection comes from above. Ve'el melech ne'aman. God, El Melech Neman, the faithful king, God. Moshel Bikulam, rules all of them. Mima'on Kadsho, from his place of holiness, Ad Ad, for all eternity. And here again we see time, space, and spirit. El Melech Neman, God is spirit. Mim'on Kadsho, his holy dwelling place is space. Ad Ad is for eternity. So we have Echad al Gabi Shlosha. We have one on top of the three. Shlosha al Gabi Shiva. Three on top of the seven. V'Shiva al Gabi Shneimesar. And seven on top of the 12. V'Kulam Adukim Zeh b'Zeh. And all are bound to each other. Okay? So we've created a unity in existence. All goes back to the one. Ve'elohem 22 otyot. And these are the 12 letters. Shebehem chakak. That were carved out. Eke, ka, havaya, elokim, Hashem Tzavaot, Elokim Tzavaot, El Shaddai, Hashem Adnut. We have 10 sacred names that are composed of 22 letters. In this manuscript it comes out as 24, but there are other lists that comes out as 22 words composing 10 names. Vasabem Shlosha Sfarim. These letters made 3 books. 3 books he spoke about at the beginning of this book that talks about Ubara Mihem et Kol Olamot. From these 3 books, the whole world was created. v'tzar behem et kol yitzur v'et kol atilatzur, and depicted and drew all that is and all that will be. And now for the final Mishnah. And this final Mishnah is the source of the connection between Avram Avinu and Sefer Yetzira. And it's clear that it's not being said here that Avram wrote Sefer Yetzira, but rather the deep insight about divinity that the author of Sefer Yetzira achieved is those great insights that Avram Avinu achieved in his conception of God. וכשבא אברהם אבינו עליו השלום והביט וראה והבין, Avram came and looked and saw והבין וחקר, investigated וחצב, carved out, וחצב or חצב וחקק, engraved, carved out, ועלתה בידו הבריאה. He discovered the secrets of creation. שנאמר ואת הנפש אשר עשו בחרון. And this is one of the sources for the concept of golem, saying that a nefesh asher asa b'charan is Avraham created a golem. Miyad nigneh elav Adon hakol yitbarach shemo la'ad. After doing an act of creation, of creating a golem, God revealed himself to him. And as Moshe Idel points out in his book Golem, the motivation of the Kabbalists to create a golem was to connect to God by doing that what God does, by doing an ultimate act of creation, but believing this would be an act of connection, of being like God, by uncovering secrets of creation. This would bring us close to God. Voshivo b'cheiko. So God takes Abraham, puts him as if on his lap. V'nashkol osho, kisses him on his head. V'karu Avraham Oavi. V'karat brit lo lazaro. Adolam, and created a brit for all eternity. Shinamar v'min b'Hashem v'yachshava lo tzedakah. V'karat lo brit ben eser etzbot yadav. And created a brit between the fingers of his hands, v'ulashon, between your hands you have the tongue, uben eser etzbot raglav, and between the 10 toes, v'brit hamilah, v'kashar 22 otiyot l'shono, and tied 22 letters to his tongue, v'gilo et sodo, and revealed the mystery, mashchan b'mayim, draw them in water, dalkan be'esh, ignite them with fire, rashan beruach, baran b'shiva kochavim, nagan b'shneim mazalot. So we have here, and to leave you with a very significant concept, which is probably one of the most important concepts in Sefer Yetzira, is it often troubled me why we call a Brit Milah a Brit. The word Brit, covenant, is generally used when you deal with two equals. Two sides create a Brit. A marriage relationship, a relationship between countries is a Brit. On a surface level, the act of doing the Milah would seem to be an act of subjugation of a person to be in the service of God. But I think Sefer Yetzira gives us the answer. In Sefer Yetzira, the essence of the Brit is the partnership between God and humanity. Avram discovers the secrets of creation, and therefore, as God creates, Avram creates. That's the essence of Avram being a Tselem Elohim. And as Sefer Rabbi here points out, Avram is in the gematria of B'Tselem Elohim, the image of God. And from that place, there's a call for a partnership. And part of the partnership is a partnership of creativity, of speech, and that's why we have a Brit of Lashon, and also a partnership in bringing new life into the world, and that's why we have the Brit Milah. So Sefer Yetzira has dealt with divine creativity, but also with human creativity, and leaves us with a message about the connection and partnership between human and divine. Sof davar, hakol nishma, et Elohim yira, ve'et mitzvotav shmor, ki ze kol ha'adam.